Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Please consider donating. That helps a great deal. When you have a YouTube channel, I'm going to tell you right now, making the content is great. Having an open dialogue with you guys is great. But I'm going to tell you right now, you don't make no real money on this. $40, $50, $100 maybe. When you get your subscribers up to 100,000, maybe you make a little decent money. But this shit is nickel and diamond. So if you can donate, great. Anyway, boom. Welcome to the channel. And when it comes to Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, people, understand what's going on here. Let me tell y'all something. The secret society is real, okay? I've been saying that. You've been on the channel for a while. You know, I've had this channel a little over a year now, about a year and 2 months. And I've always talked about the secret society in boxing. I talked about the corruption in boxing. And I talked about key decision makers ensuring the fights they want to happen. You understand what I'm saying? The fights they want to happen. And if it's a fight that they don't want to happen, it doesn't happen. And 10 times out of 10, the fight that happens is the fight where the most money is involved. Now, you got to understand, when I say, whoa, the WBC blocked Usyk versus Fury, the undisputed distinction, to make Fury versus Ngannou. You've got to understand that when I say that, I'm basically asking the question. Now, I'm a common sense man. Now, I don't have any proof that the WBC blocked anything. But they sure as hell did allow Fury to go on and supported him in his decision to fight Francis Ngannou. Now, let's peel the layers back now. Now that you see what's going on here with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, does it make sense to you all that Tyson Fury didn't want to fight Usyk? Does it make sense to you all with all the back and forth and all the gamesmanship from Tyson Fury's side and all the tweets from Twitter and Instagram posts and all the buffoonery, right? Playing with Usyk's emotions. He big wormed him, right? Does it make sense to y'all now when I say the secret society is real? Corruption in boxing is real. Key decision makers, all that's real. Because Tyson Fury knew a long time ago that he and Ngannou was a fight that was going to happen. And that poker was in the fire, people. Just like the fight with Usyk, that poker was in the fire. Understand this. Tyson Fury, out of his own mouth, said, it's all about the money. AJ said it's all about the money. Wilder said it's all about the money. These guys are trying to make the most money possible. So when you look at Tyson Fury, he wanted to fight Usyk, I believe, earlier this year, the April time frame, May. There's a reason why he was pushing for those time frames. So he can go, clip Usyk, make a little 40, 50, 60 million, become undisputed, no rematch. That's why he didn't want any rematch. Y'all understand this? He wanted to fight him to pick up the undisputed, but he didn't want a rematch. You know why he didn't want a rematch now, right? Because his plan was to clip Usyk, then go on and fight Francis Ngannou in October. Now, this is the thing. Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, this is supposed to be the biggest fight purse in heavyweight history. Now, I don't know what Tyson Fury's making. I don't know what Ngannou's making. But I'm sure Tyson Fury probably hitting 9 figures. They're fighting in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm sure Francis Ngannou is going to probably make 30, 40 million. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm glad for Francis Ngannou. His story, just his story, man, traveling through Africa, ending up in Italy, France, coming to the States, and crap over there with the UFC, $600,000 for that Cyril Gane fight. To him to end up here now, rolling the dice on himself. Everybody pretty much saying he doesn't know what he's doing. Dana White offered him like an $8 million deal. Somebody else offered him like a $10 million deal. This man coming out here now, boom. Reports are a range of 30 to 50 million for this Tyson Fury fight. You tell me who won. But long story short, if the WBC would have pushed for Tyson Fury to get a crack at those 3 belts that Usyk has, because he's their mandatory, and they want he's a WBC champ with the title, and they want to make sure that he fights for the undisputed distinction the same way the WBC pushed Caleb Smith to fight Bertabiev and pushed him in front of Bivol, and they're blocking Bivol from the undisputed distinction at 175. They don't have that energy with Tyson Fury, do they? You know why? Because it doesn't suit their agenda. Now you look at Tyson Fury. Let me tell you something. 2 of the biggest stars in combat sports. These guys about to fight. It's a crossover event. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, fighting on October 28th, I believe it's in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Now, I'm going to tell you. Now, there's several articles I'm going to pull from what I'm talking to you right now. One was posted on ESPN, where they talk about fans, basically wanting to see Fury and Usyk, right? We've been talking about that forever. I talked about it a little bit. But now that Fury is going on to fight Ngannou, fans are confused. They see it as a fraud. And I'm not sure how this fight's going to be received. I'm going to be honest with you. But I know for a fact that they're trying to spin this Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou fight as the baddest man on the planet. Hey, look, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. How many of you are buying into this fight as the baddest man on the planet? Don't get me wrong. I'm going to watch it. It's entertaining. But come on, man. Now, Francis Ngannou, Deontay Wilder, Francis Ngannou, AJ, I think that's a little more interesting. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury, and a boxing match? People, this is a boxing match. Y'all understand? Tyson Fury's title, there's all kind of rumors floating around. His title's on the line, his title's not on the line. Look, my understanding, his title is not on the line. But take that with a grain of salt. But who's buying into this? Now, majority of fans out there, I don't care what you say. I get it, Ngannou, make your money. Tyson Fury, make your money. I can't knock him for that. But if you ask me, would I rather see Francis Ngannou in a boxing match with Tyson Fury, who's been boxing since he's been a teenager, Francis Ngannou, who's going to be a fish out of water in there. You say, hey, would you rather see Tyson Fury and Ngannou or Ngannou John Jones? I'm going to tell you right now, Ngannou John Jones. But they ain't putting up no money for that. So what are the chances of Francis Ngannou, after his first professional boxing match, being 1-0? What are the chances of him beating Tyson Fury? Well, probably 1 in a million. Because he has the power. Conor McGregor had the power. And there's always a chance that you can land something big. If Deontay Wilder was able to touch Tyson Fury, why can't Ngannou? Some people say Deontay Wilder has limited, or like Mike Tyson would say, primitive boxing skills. Some people say Deontay Wilder has primitive boxing skills, but he has power. Well, if that's the case, then Francis Ngannou has primitive boxing skills, but he has power. If Deontay Wilder can land, why can't Ngannou? Especially if Tyson Fury's in with his hands behind his back playing around. There's a chance, right? 1 in a million. So there's a question that was asked in this ESPN article, right? So what does all this mean? Well, he goes on to say, this is Coppinger talking here, right? Fury is arguably the biggest star in boxing after Canelo Alvarez. I mean, do you think Tyson Fury is the biggest star after Canelo Alvarez? But he says arguably, so maybe. Now, what I will tell you, right, is Fury has done a brilliant job marketing himself, and this is what Coppinger is saying. On social media, Twitter, just everything, man. But the thing with Tyson Fury, Fury's all about his money. Now you talk about, man, this fight's happening in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I thought Tyson Fury had burnt a bridge with the Saudis over there asking for $500 million to fight Usyk, then $200 million, then whatever it is. Then the fight's not happening. Something about the stadium not being built. All kind of crap. You're getting so many stories. The Saudis don't want to deal with them. Tyson Fury's burning bridges. Eddie Hearn has things to say. Now you come and see that the whole thing just comes down to everybody from the Saudis, Fury, Warren, everybody involved with WBC, other sanctioning bodies, comes down to money. To me, it's going to be little to no risk. Simple. Okay? Now, I'll tell you this. Is Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, is that fight going to make money? That fight's going to make a whole lot of money, man. Now, I don't know just how much money it's going to generate, but you got to think. He's going to have to do. It's going to do great. One thing we know about UFC fans, MMA fans, period, combat sports, people come out to support, man. They pay their money. And there are a lot of people right now who are clamoring to see Francis Ngannou fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, Francis Ngannou, in my opinion, should have had probably 2 or 3 fights just to become comfortable with boxing. But I get it. You come on over here. In this one fight, he's going to make more money than he would have ever made in the UFC. Probably times 10. So why sit there and wait? It's kind of like Edgar Berlanga wanting to fight Canelo. He ain't got time to fight 4 or 5 fights. You go throw Edgar Berlanga in there with Diego Pacheco, Jaime Munguia. That's a high-risk fight. Those are high-risk fights for him. And then think he's going to be able to get to the big payday against Canelo? No, there's a chance he'll lose. That's like throwing Francis Ngannou in with Frank Sanchez, or Luis Ortiz, or even Andy Ruiz. Hell, even Joe Washington. Think he's going to get through those guys and then be like, okay, now I'm ready for the baddest man on the planet type fight? No, those are high-risk fights. So you get it as soon as you can, strike while the iron's hot, and make your money, which is what's happening. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, I am wondering, what's up with Deontay Wilder? Can anyone out there tell me what's up with Deontay Wilder? Because I thought the WBC loved Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder can't seem to get anything going. You got Tyson Fury, who got all the support of the WBC to make an exception and allow this fight. Y'all remember that Suleiman was just over there in Saudi Arabia too. Tyson Fury was just in Saudi Arabia. Deontay Wilder was just in Saudi Arabia. Ngannou was in Saudi Arabia. Y'all know all these different guys floating around Saudi Arabia, right? And Skills Challenge Promotions are out there making fights. That's why Amir Abdallah is out here talking about it. Yo, these guys really are changing the game. They've got endless money. They don't care about dropping $100 million, $200 million on something, but it's got to be worth it. The fighters got to have the right attitudes, and it has to be something that Prince Khalid wants. And obviously, this is something he wants. It's something that's worth it, and these guys have the right attitudes. But the WBC, I mean, come on, man. People, if you watch Suleiman and the way he moves, he's going to do what's best for his business. He's not necessarily doing what's best for the sport of boxing, but and this is my opinion, but what I will tell you is it's entertaining. But with Deontay Wilder, you look, AJ's got to fight against Dillian White. Fury's fighting Ngannou. Usyk's fighting Dubois. Usyk may have to fight Hrgovic later this year. Deontay Wilder has nothing going on. What happened to Deontay Wilder fighting Ngannou? And he's at a point now with Andy Ruiz. I don't know if they're still negotiating or what they're doing. But he's got to figure it out pretty quick, doesn't he? Fury's about to make real dough. Usyk's about to make $8 million. AJ's going to probably make his normal $20 to $30 million. Wilder's not making nothing. But he says he has all these investments outside of boxing. He doesn't ever need a box again. But you better believe he wants to get in there and snatch up a $40, $50 million. And there's no guarantee Wilder's going to fight AJ at the end of the year. This is what's so frustrating with it. So my thing is, where's Wilder? Where does he fit in into all this that's going on? That's my question. But as far as Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, hey, we're going to have to see with Francis Ngannou, how is this going to impact his MMA career? Because he's still an MMA fighter. If he loses to Tyson Fury, does that hurt his profile? Does that hurt his market value? Those are real questions. If you ask me, I would say maybe it doesn't. Maybe it grows his profile. If it's a lackluster performance, I still don't think it hurts him that much, because we all know this isn't his specialty. And boxing is totally different from the MMA world. Just like Tyson Fury claiming he's going to fight Ngannou in the octagon under MMA rules. To that I say, in the most respectful way, I kind of request Tyson Fury holds his horses and stops taking it to the stupid. Y'all listen, Tyson Fury not getting in no damn ring with Ngannou. Ngannou come and kick that man and elbow him and headbutt him and destroy him. Tyson Fury is 6'9", 11, whatever the hell he is, with his little pigeon toes and knock knees and bow legs and weird shape. Tyson Fury looking like Humpty Dumpty. He's not going to fight no damn Francis Ngannou in no damn octagon. So y'all can forget about that. But as far as Francis Ngannou, man, look, he says boxing was his dream since he was a young kid. And, you know, he just went to MMA route because that seemed to be what a friend of his advised, and it worked out for him. But now he has a chance, and something he's been asking for the last 3 years, to fight a Wilder, to fight an AJ, to fight a Tyson Fury. And he's been able to get Tyson Fury. Now, what's interesting, right, is Tyson Fury, this is what's interesting. He's made more than $20 million in each of his past 3 fights, where Ngannou made just about $600,000 for his last fight against Cyril Gane. Tyson Fury in his last 3 fights made more than $20 million each fight. That's $60 million. Ngannou made $600,000. So when you look at this and you understand Ngannou really understanding how important it was for him to remain a free agent, because he would have kept it. Look, he would have kept the party going with the UFC as long as they allowed him to box too. They didn't want him to do that. That's crazy to me. And this sheds a whole lot of light. It's a whole other subject and video. But on Dana White and what he's doing over there. Not allowing these fighters to go out here and take big money fights. But at the end of the day, the question is now, where does this leave the rest of the heavyweight division? I'm going to tell you, everybody seems to be just damn fine, in my opinion. Usyk's going to have to fight mandatories. Tyson Fury's going to, after this fight, have to fight a mandatory, which may be Deontay Wilder. If he and Ruiz get it on, it's for sure going to be the winner of that fight, because they're fighting for in a WBC eliminator. And what we may see is Fury against Wilder Ruiz if they fight, or who knows what's going to happen. You know, Suleiman does what he wants. So you could see Wilder Fury 4 after Fury fights Ngannou, because I think Fury's going to outbox him. And then you could see Fury Wilder 4 and not Usyk. And it still makes me wonder why the hell Fury won't fight Usyk. I get it with Francis Ngannou, but if he doesn't want to make the undisputed distinction, then I don't get it. But if he wants to make it and Hrgovic blocks it, because Hrgovic's the mandatory for the IBF, well then there's nothing Tyson Fury can do in that instance, and then he's got to fight somebody. But remember, he has a year to come and defend his belt. So after this voluntary defense, which the belt's not even on the line, this exhibition bout basically is what it is. I don't care what they say about a boxing match. Then Tyson Fury, I think he still has like a whole nother year. So Tyson Fury can sit and wait and stall things out and do what he wants. And, you know, there's nothing anybody can do about it. But anyway, long story short, man, the WBC, you know, I don't even know what to think anymore about all this crap. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what to think. But one thing I do know is when it comes to boxing, when it comes to this WBC, they're allowing it, man. And some people say, like I said, they said that this, let me pull this up. I want to read this title to you. This is from Yahoo Sports. They say, Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou boxing match, little more than a fraud upon the paying public. And this guy goes on to say that he's always loved boxing. He likes to write about boxing for a living. It's been a thrill of his. Obviously, this guy here, Kevin Ioli, right? He really loves boxing. But he says on days like today, boxing absolutely reeks. So even he doesn't agree with it. He says it's embarrassing to be a boxing fan on days like today. And he's saying the problem here is history has shown us that MMA fighters have very little chance in these type of fights. We all know that. We don't need anyone to tell us that. He says, while related, boxing and MMA are different sports with different requirements. A guy like Fury was born into boxing. His father, John, was a boxer, had a full-fledged amateur career. Fury's been a pro since 2008 and won his first heavyweight title in 2015. And Ngannou has a great backstory. Dreamed one day of being another Mike Tyson, living on the streets in Paris, France. Introduced to a coach, Fernand Lopez, and Ngannou told him he was a fan of Tyson, wanted to learn how to box. Talking about Mike Tyson. And then anyway, Lopez convinced him to MMA, and the rest is history. So long story short, combat sports are dangerous, but it's two different disciplines. And this bout seems like a matching a prime Tiger Woods versus a prime Roger Federer on a golf course. And I'm just telling you right now, having a tennis player go in there trying to play golf, it's just like having a baseball player trying to play soccer, the football player trying to play basketball. It's all sports, kind of related a little bit, but not the same. And to bring a guy from the MMA world and to go in here and try to be a boxer, it's just not something that happens. Certain type of reflexes, certain type of muscle memory, from the combinations you throw. You go now from throwing jab, jab left hand, jab right hand to kick, or grab. Now you can't do that. So I just think for Tyson Fury, fans are smarter than what he thinks. For the WBC, fans are smarter than what they think. And you can't come out here and try to insult their intelligence saying this is a fight of the ages. It's entertaining, and that's about it. But I don't know. They say in this article it's a pointless exhibition. I don't know if it's pointless, but it's entertaining. But my thing is the WBC. They knew all along, I really believed, of the direction that this Tyson Fury was going to go. It explains a lot of why things didn't happen, and then why the things that did happen and are happening took place. It's because all along that WBC title was never going to be up for Usyk to try to win, and these are just facts. Tyson Fury, we're all thinking he's ducking Usyk, he's scared of Usyk. I don't think so. I think he knows it's an easy money grab for half a fight, like Conor McGregor called a fight with Mayweather, and Tyson Fury's going to go take it. He made $60 million over his last 3 fights. He's going to come now and make $100 million for this one fight. So what he's going to make in this one fight is what it would have taken him to make fighting 5 times. Why wouldn't Tyson Fury take it? Just like Wilder or AJ or anyone else, Usyk, if you get an opportunity like that. So I don't blame Tyson Fury, but I do think it's kind of crazy when it comes to the WBC. And instead of having these guys challenge boxers, they're looking at having them fight an MMA guy. But I get it. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Saudis, I understand. But that being said, man, y'all keep cool. Understand this, man. MMA may look bad because their fighters are coming over to boxing, fighting and losing. But don't think for a second these MMA fighters can't fight. They get an opportunity to come over here and make more money than some of them have made in their whole career in one fight. Tyron Woodley made a whole lot of money in those 2 fights against Jake Paul. What's his name is about to fight now? Nate Diaz. He about to fight Jake Paul. Make a whole bunch of money. More money in this one fight that he's made over, I think, his whole career. Or half of his career, something like that. But he's about to make a lot of money. But this just brings awareness to what the hell's going on over there in the UFC. Dana White's a billionaire. His partner, his business partner, they're all billionaires. And his guy's out here making, now he can't even pay a heavyweight champion $5 million. You give him $600,000. That's crazy. They should be pissed off. But that being said, corruption in boxing exists. Secret society exists. And I just think it's crazy that instead of us getting Tyson Fury and Usyk, we're going to get Tyson Fury and Ngannou. But I get it, but I'd rather get the undisputed distinction. And I'm telling you right now, we may not get it. We may not get it because Tyson Fury already had all the belts. Not at the same time, but he's had all the belts in the 4-belt era. And he truly doesn't care. That being said, y'all keep cool. Leave your comments below. Make sure you donate to the channel. Subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm in the breeze.